morning and happy Thanksgiving to you all. Welcome to the Global Truth Center Toronto's celebration of love on a Sunday morning. And what a beautiful Sunday morning it is here in Toronto. So, oh my goodness, we're coming together on this Sunday to celebrate how much we have to be grateful for. We celebrate the oneness, the interconnectedness, the light in each and every one of us. So sit back and relax. Enjoy this next hour. We are hopefully going to have Deb Chamberlain join us as our musical guest. She was having some technical difficulties and she didn't have power all night, so everything's kind of messed up. She's in New Jersey and she's working on it. Reverend Wita Joie is our practitioner today, and this is her first time joining us on a Sunday celebration of love, which is absolutely fantastic. And so I'm just going to bring Deborah up, Deb, and let's see. Deborah, I can hear you breathing.
You can?
I can. Oh, bless you. And thank you for your persistence there. And I know you probably have not had a lot of sleep last night.
I'm fine.
You're good. You are good. So would you like to lead us off? Welcome, first of all, to the Global Truth
Hello,
Center
everyone.
Toronto.
Good morning.
Yes, and please say good morning whether you're on Facebook or
YouTube.
And Deb, I'm going to have you take us away in our opening song.
All right. Thank you. This is a beautiful, fun song by David Newman, and it's called Stay Strong and Keep Your Faith Alive, which is exactly what I just did. And there's a part, if you're awake enough at home to sing along, every time I go to the chorus, I say, raise your hands, and you'll echo me. Raise your hands. I'll say, in the air. You'll say, in the air. And then take a stand, say a prayer, Stay strong and keep your faith alive. So here we go. How does that sound?
Awesome.
May the grace of God bless men and every woman in this land. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Whatever comes to meet us, the darkness won't defeat us. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Some say the end is coming, said our souls are running, but I say stay strong and keep your faith alive. Let's all come together and take care of each other. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Here we go now. Raise your hands in the air, and stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Hand in hand, side by side, with hearts open wide. Stay strong, keep your faith alive. Help others find their way, create a heaven here today. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Here we go again. Raise your hands in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. It's times like this we need to remember what is real and stay strong and keep your faith alive. United in our quest to spread love and happiness. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Hey Rama Rama Bolo, Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Hey Rama Rama Bolo, Sitaram. Hey Rama Rama Bolo, Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Hey Rama Rama Bolo, Sitaram. last time, everybody raise your hands up in the air. And stay strong and keep your faith alive. And lend a hand, say a prayer, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Stay strong and keep your faith alive.
I love the ending of that.
Isn't that a great song?
That's fabulous. Thank you
It's such
so
a fun song.
much.
I hope you were bopping in the morning and waking up to that song.
Yes, and hopefully everybody else is, although it's people are loving it. If you can see the live stream there. So
yay.
Fabulous. Oh, thank you so much.
All right, I'll be back for more.
You will. Okay, so, oh my goodness. Let us just take a moment here on this beautiful, beautiful Thanksgiving Day to remember that our theme this morning, our theme for this month is Trust the Universe. Trust the universe. Trusting the universe means knowing that as I embody a state of gratitude for the goodness yet to be revealed in the world of form, I'm expanding my consciousness of receptivity for that good in this moment. I invite you to take a breath, to really breathe into your heart space, to invoke dominion over your mind, and allow your heart and your thoughts to be in harmony together. Yes, drop into this beautiful heart space of yours. Breathe in. Exhale. And claim for yourself love, generosity, kindness, peace, prosperity, justice, and wholeness. For when we pass beyond space and time from the world of constant change, and we drop into spiritual principle, we recognize the universal consciousness of life. And we acknowledge at the Global Truth Center, all people, all faiths, all sentient beings are the sameness and individual expression of this one creative energy that is of us, as us, that we call spirit. And we use this creative energy of love to the degree that we individually realize our own authentic power. This morning, let us come together to recognize this one light, this one cosmic heart, to celebrate our oneness we share with all people everywhere, and to listen, to go within and to listen to that inner voice of truth that speaks through our heart and our soul and says, yes, yes. I am light, I am love, I am kindness, I am goodness, I am beauty, I am wisdom, I am justice, I am truth, I am wholeness. And so in this moment, as we breathe in together, feeling the connection between us all in this beautiful, beautiful space, we rise in our minds to recognize each one of us is one with the infinite whole of life itself. And today, I intentionally choose love. I choose peace. And I choose to be grateful for all the gifts in my life. And so let us honor the ancestors before us, our teachers of ancient wisdom. Let us honor life in this moment and say thank you. seeing the light within each one of us, honoring the infinite greatness that is ours to receive, recognizing that the constant renewal of our minds is the key to joyous living, and give thanks for all this and more. And so it is. And so what I'm going to do is bring Deb back in to play our Invocation Song. And it's an original song by Deb. And so here you are, Deb.
I'm back.
And at one point, Deb will lower her music so that Reverend Wita Joie can just take us into this beautiful affirmative prayer she has for us this morning.
Beautiful. Do you need me to lower the volume, or will you do that?
No, I can do that.
Awesome. Yay. This is a song I wrote called Here. The waves keep rolling in. They pull me down again under a turbulent ocean, in a continual motion. I toss and turn and fall. I hear another call from the beloved and tender, inviting me to surrender, saying, it's here, it's here, it's already here. Right here, forever here. The answer, the way it holds me as I pray, it's here, right here, eternally here. What looks impossible becomes unstoppable when I release and let go. Surrender into the flow. So from this troubled mind, I'll spread my wings and fly above the swirling sea. As the wind carries me, it's here, it's here, it's already here. Right here, forever here. The answer, the way it holds me as I pray, it's here, right here, eternally here.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. And I invite us now, as we sink even deeper into the beautiful energy that Reverend Helen and Deb have created. I invite us now to go within as we invoke and invite the presence of the divine and set our intention for today's celebration of love. I invite us to take a deep breath in together and release. Relaxing and releasing anything that has come before this moment as we settle into this beautiful energy of love, of light, of peace, of joy, and so much, much more. And as we come together this morning, we know truly that there is only one power, one presence, one divine essence, called by many, many names. God, Goddess, Great Spirit, Allah, Jah, Olodumare, Hashem, Higher Power, Yahweh, Mother, Father, God, all that is, and sometimes simply love. By all the names we come this day in thanksgiving, honoring and giving thanks, knowing of our oneness with this divine essence and with each other and all people and all places this day where truth and love are being taught. To every temple, every mosque, every synagogue, every church, every home, every place in nature, and all sacred places where truth and love are being taught this day. We honor this time. We honor our hearts. And we send this love out, surrounding this beautiful community, surrounding our world. And we honor each other for being here today. We honor this beautiful community. We honor beautiful, beautiful Reverend Helen. We honor our music. And we come in thanksgiving, trusting and knowing that everything is truly in divine order. And so in deep gratitude and much thanksgiving, I know this celebration of love, this sacred virtual space, and this community called the Global Truth Center Toronto is a blessing and is blessed. And I invite you now to join me as we close by saying, and so it is, Amen, Amen, blessed be, Aho, Shalom, and Ashe, blessed be.
My courage, my faith grow day by day, and I say thank you. Oh, thank you for what's here, what's always here. Right here, forever here. The answer, the way it holds me as I pray. It's here, right here, eternally here, right here, eternally here. Thank you all.
Oh my goodness. That was truly sacred and exquisite. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Rev O. I'm in such gratitude for the energy and the tenderness and the this the just the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm verklempt.
Holy, it is holy.
Holy, thank you. The holiness. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. I I always love it when musicians just have me moving into a puddle of tears. And prayer, I mean, prayer was so beautiful. And this is what prayer is like you could not have not felt the energy move through every cell of your body. So, ah, yes, thank you. So I'm going to bring our wonderful new addition to Global Truth Center Toronto, Revo, to her full name is, well, here I could just even put it up if I move the caption somewhere around us. Somewhere. I can just even stick it alongside of me. I can edit it. I know, that's what I love about this. So there she is, Reverend Rita Jo.
Rita Joie, Cooper
Coop-
Rodriguez.
Right.
All of that.
And I've been calling you Rev O.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining in on our practitioner team and bringing your consciousness to us. And what a beautiful consciousness you have. And for those of you who don't know, Reverend Rita Joie is an interfaith minister and for 20 years ordained, and has decided to hitch up with us. I love it. And so I would love to know how our theme, trusting the universe, is showing up in your life, how it showed up in the past.
Well, trusting the universe is one of my most favorite spiritual principles. And for me, it means that I know that everything really is in divine order and I can just relax, just take it easy. And this week I had a couple of opportunities to really sit with and walk with this trust the universe or trusting the universe. The first for me was around baking a cake. I think a lot of times we get these profound insights when we're doing rather mundane things like baking cake. So I decided this week that I was going to bake my very first gluten-free cake. So I've been gluten-free and all of that. So I gathered together all the ingredients. It was a cake mix. I didn't do it from scratch. But I gathered together all the ingredients and then I prepared them. I put the batter in the pan and then I put the pan in the oven, trusting that what I wanted and prepared would come out at the right time. And of course, I wanted it to hurry up and I wanted it to, okay, let me peek in, and I opened it up. And of course, we know what happens when we open it up. And I put it back in, and I didn't exactly follow the instructions because I used a different pan, a different way, and added extra vanilla. That's the free will part. And the other part was entrusting the universe around my moving back to California. And so I've only been in Delaware for a couple of years. I'm going back to California. What I learned this week from both of the baking the cake and the moving back to California is trusting the universe is not always easy. That was my first realization. It requires patience and courage and surrender for me. It's just not my timeline, but the divine timeline. And sometimes it seems like it's not happening. Like, what is happening with the cake? Like, is this enough time? But I had everything. I used all my ingredients, all my spiritual principles. I used all of that and then put it in the oven, which we call the universe, to bake it for us in just the right way. So as we say often in New Thought, just being clear about the what and trusting the universe to bake the cake.
I love it.
Those are my insights on trusting the universe. But it's such an amazing process when I allow myself to settle into the knowingness, really, that it all comes in divine time. And my job is just to know and to be patient, something I work on, and allowing the flow. So those are my little insights on trusting the universe for
I
this
love
week.
it. It's such a great analogy because guess what? We can bake whatever we want. We can put
Exactly.
anything in that oven. So
Yes.
what do you want to bake, right? It's a great
Yes.
question to ask people. What would you like to
Yes.
bake?
What do you bake it? Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
that's brilliant.
Yes.
Thank you. And it
Thank
goes
you.
so perfectly with our affirmation today, or for this month, actually, that I'm going to bring up, and I'll get you to
Beautiful.
say it.
Beautiful. And so I will say it once, and then I'm going to invite us to go within into our hearts and say it and or listen again. So everything I can imagine, nature has already created. And so I invite you to close your eyes just for a minute and listen, and perhaps you might want to put your hands on your heart. Everything I can imagine, nature has already created. And one more time, breathing in and breathing out. Everything I can imagine, nature has already created. And it is so, and so it is. May it be so. Amen. Ashe. And so I'd like to just take a moment, if I can, to explain the Ashe, because perhaps that's a new word for people. And Ashe it comes from the Yoruba tradition. Yoruba is an African earth-based spiritual tradition. And in Yoruba, they say Ashe, and Ashe is a word of power. It doesn't mean Amen. In essence, it means may it be so. Or if you're a Star Trek fan, Picard used to tell number two or number one or whatever his number was, make it so. And so Ashe is a beautiful word that means may it be so, make it so, but it's a word of power. So thank you.
Mm. Thank you for
Ashe.
sharing that. That's beautiful.
Ashe.
Ashe. Mm. I am grateful for your presence. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being with
Thank you.
us. And I am now going to bring Deb back for our feature song this morning. And Deb, is there anything you want to say about this song? I mean, I love hearing how people are inspired by their to write and
Well, I wrote this back in 2018. Usually I write a lot of my songs as feature songs for topics for Sunday services, so this likely came out of that. I don't remember exactly what it was at the time, but it's a song I wrote called Thrive, and it's really just about what the topic is today. You know, we keep going and we know where we're going because nature has already created it, right? Ashe.
take it
So
away, Deb.
here we go, Thrive. I was holding back, scared to give it all. I thought if I had nothing left, I would surely fall. I was saving it up, refusing to give. Now I know that I was refusing to live. But I have seen the light, now I'm gonna make it right. No more holding back just to survive. I'm gonna find a way to give my best every day. and receive the gifts of this life. And I'm gonna thrive. I'm gonna thrive. There's no such thing as scarcity or lack, 'cause everything we give, it's always coming back. And every time we refuse to believe, we are simply refusing to receive. But when we see the light, then we can make it right and stop holding back just to survive. If we can find a way to give our best every day, we'll receive the gifts of this life. And we're gonna thrive. We're gonna thrive. So let your guard down. Reach your hand out. Let your love flow. It's time that you know, when you see the light, then you can make it right and stop holding back just to survive. If you can find a way to give your best every day, you'll receive the gift of this life. And you're gonna thrive. You're gonna thrive. We're gonna thrive. Yeah. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Deb. And
So
I'm going to pull out some of your lyrics there as I start into my
great.
talk. So thank you so much.
Beautiful. Can't wait.
Oh, so, oh my goodness. Just trying to, I've got to hide one in order to bring me up there. And so some of these lyrics, I'm holding back. I'm holding back because I was scared to give it all. I'm adding on to your lyrics, Deb. I was saving it all up, refusing to give. And now that I've seen the light, I'm going to make it right. No more holding back just to survive. How many of us hold back just to survive? My talk title this morning is Thriving the Cross Currents. And so there are a lot of people that I speak with during the week and saying how quickly everything's changing, that they've never experienced anything like this in their life before. I know many people have had losses and things that have happened to them. And yet, you know, the one thing we can always count on is change. But somehow that ever-changing flow, it's like, could life just stop for a moment? Could life just settle for a moment? And so I could be okay. But the thing is that it's going to keep moving faster and faster, and we don't know what's coming our way. We are living in a new normal. So how do we find the resilience to thrive despite these cross currents? And the new normal is that change is happening faster and faster. We are all being confronted with a way to adopt a radical shift in our consciousness, the way we think of ourselves, our relationship to the world, and to do so faster than any generation in history has ever done before. So our willingness to be conscious of ourselves and the world and what is happening is the key to thriving in these extremes. We can't hold back. We can't contract ourselves. That will keep us in survival, but it will not allow us to thrive. And funny enough, like one of the things in class is the way that we deal with life is to start to expect, as Joe Dispenza says, quantum surprises. Quantum surprises. So yes, the world is happening and it's in flow. Surprises aren't necessarily bad or good, except for the meaning that you give them. And I know there are some of you out there that do not like surprises. But what if you could open up and say, yes, I am open to an abundance of quantum surprises because I understand who I am and I understand that I live in a field of infinite potential and possibility, and I get to harness that energy. It's up to me. Greg Braden says, our lives are changing with a speed we've never seen in ways that we're not prepared to deal with, and faster than we've been taught to deal with. A new normal is happening. The extremes of our world is creating a new normal in our lives. Success of our transition into this new normal hinges upon two things. One, our willingness to be in flow with the currents of life, including the cross currents, and how we learn to adapt to it. So, my question to you this week, I know I have many questions, but my question to you this week is actually going to be the same question I asked you last week. What is your emotional diet? Is it a diet of love, or is it a diet of fear? The biggest distinction between love and fear is that love moves us towards what our heart desires. Fear moves us away and has us constricting our energy. Love is energetically expanding. And no matter what happens, no matter what those cross currents are that come up, we need to still be able to flow with them, yet never be uprooted from remembering who we truly are. And so I want to talk about, actually, it's a book. I haven't read the book yet, but I watched the series on Netflix called Made, and it's inspired by Stephanie Land's memoir, Made: Hard Work, Low Pay, and a Mother's Will to Survive. And so in the series, as a single mother, the character leaves an abusive relationship and she heads towards a women's shelter, and she navigates the system in extreme poverty. She turns to house cleaning to make ends meet. And as Stephanie Land says, cleaning, every toilet she cleaned took a little part of her. But she turned to house cleaning to make ends meet and overcome homelessness to make a better life for her daughter. So the series itself takes, Made, it's called, takes great care with this sensitive subject matter to craft a series that is not always easy to watch. Yet, it is undeniably powerful because it illustrates the power of love and the desire for something better, no matter how many times she gets knocked down by a cross current. And she gets knocked down several times, but she desires something better for herself and her daughter, and she rekindles a dream of going to college and becoming a writer. And so getting disappointed by others, getting disappointed by the system, getting disappointed by the hard work, she actually goes back and returns to the abusive relationship. And the stats are that on average, women who are abused will make 7 attempts before they finally leave the relationship or end the relationship permanently. Now, Stephanie Land in real life and the character in the series doesn't give up. She doesn't give up because of one thing: determination and commitment to give her daughter a better life. How many times are we knocked down and we want to give up on ourselves? Or we do give up on ourselves because we allow fear to overtake us. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Life is not only where we are, it is what we are. It is in as well around us, and the whole impulsion is love. The universe does not rest on the shoulders of love. Love is the real permanent magnet that possesses polarity and has the power to draw to us our good. Love is the real permanent magnet that possesses polarity and has the power to draw to us our good." So how the heck do you do that? How do you pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep going on your journey despite these fast, ever-changing times that are going to continue no matter what? Well, we have to surrender. We really have to surrender. And sometimes when we're at our most desperate, you know, those moments when we're down on our knees, you actually shine the brightest, because these are the moments you've arrived at this point of surrender. A total realization that something in you needs to shift. Not your circumstances, not your circumstances. You. This occurs when you realize that whatever you're up against is out of your control. And when you embrace this truth from an empowered viewpoint, you're no longer a victim. Life isn't happening to you. It's happening as you. And you let go of the struggle, and you cease to resist, and you embrace your inability to control the situation, recognizing that there is an intelligent, creative energy in the universe that you've been fighting against. And now you need to embrace it, accept it, surrender into it. And you know, I have had the honor of witnessing a dear friend of mine do that when everything was stacked against her. It was unbelievable. And I myself was so concerned and worried for her. And I watched this woman surrender over and over again. I watched this dear friend of mine take step by step by step, and literally, just like this character in Maid, pick herself up out of the deepest, darkest holes because of the love for her children, the love of, and knowing she was so loved and cared for by others. To, you know, I said, oh my God, honor yourself. Really honor what you have done for yourself, because there were moments I doubted it was going to happen for her. But the second part is tuning into love, tuning into that force that moves the entire universe. Love is grace. Love is helping. Love is caring. Love is sharing. Love is disciplining when the old, familiar, destructive behaviors arrive. And we are all addicted to old, familiar, destructive behaviors because we know them. We know them intimately. And to be able to say no to them and keep moving forward step by step. Love is tolerance and understanding. And love is trusting the universe, that the universe always has our back. It's so much more than an emotion. It is an impenetrable force of expansion and evolution that will just move mountains if we allow it to. And if we are willing to tap into it, and if we prioritize love in our life. And the moment we do that, we start creating from our own authentic power. And then the third thing is you gotta release what you cannot hold. That thing that doesn't serve you anymore. Because your consciousness is expanding, you gotta release what isn't working for you. Most of us live in a state of reaction, and how many of us hold in our frustrations and our fears and our shame, our guilt? Let it go. Let it go. And I would sing Let It Go from Frozen, but you don't want me to. But that's what's going through my mind right now. You got to let it go, or you're not making space for your good. And you truly do not know what will happen in the next 5 minutes of your life. None of us do. So why not expect a quantum surprise? And here's a perfect example that happened to our daughter, Mahala. Happened for her, actually, this week. So as many of you know, she's a teacher. She finally got on with the school board last year. And she still has to have a principal sign off so that she can sub at more than 2 schools in the whole district school board. The Peel district. So she's got a few tutoring students and she's waiting. And she's waiting. And she had put in over 30 applications for long-term occasional positions. She started applying to all the private schools in Toronto as a sub. She was putting herself out there and getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. So on Tuesday, I said to her, I'm so sorry. You must be so frustrated. This isn't what you had planned. This is, I know how much you want to be in the classroom teaching students. I know how much you want this. And she's like, Mom, I've put out all these applications. I said, have you let the principals know that you need to be in the classroom in order to get signed off so that you can teach in any school? Are you advocating for yourself? And she's like, yes. And I said, then call them again. Do what you need to do. And she goes, I am so frustrated by this. And I said, could you get more tutoring students? She said, well, they'll give me tutoring students as they get them because she's working for a company. And I've put it out there that I'm willing to take on more students. So I said, well, honey, I'm so sorry, and I know how frustrated you are. And she goes, yeah, I am. And then she goes to the gym. And she comes in, and it's right at the time that I was actually watching the Ellen show because Dr. Michael Beckwith was a guest on it. So I got a notice from Agape saying that he would be a guest on the Ellen show, figured out what time that was because I don't normally watch it, although I do love Ellen. And so I wanted to see what he had to say. Well, she comes bounding in from the gym and she goes, I guess complaining works. And I said, what? She's beaming. She said, I have 2 sub-positions on Thursday and Friday in the school. I just got another tutoring student, and one of my students wants an extra time during the week. She goes, so I guess complaining really works. And I said, what makes you think you were complaining? She said, well, I was talking to you about how frustrated I was. I said, honey, you were letting it go. Instead of holding it all in, you let it out. You let it go, so you made space for the good to come into your life. You raised your vibration. And I said, and by the way, look who's on Ellen, because she took care of Dr. Beckwith and Ricky Byers when they were here in Toronto for the Canadian New Thought Conference. Like, she made sure they had everything they needed. So she met him and worked, had a few talks with him. And I said, look. And right at that moment, Michael Beckwith is saying, and you must raise your vibration. And she looks, she goes, oh, okay. So I was expressing my exclamatory frustration, and now I'm good. And I'm like, yeah, honey, you are good. You are good. You just keep going. But let it go. And I said, and be grateful. Be so thankful. Because when you express gratitude, the world will naturally soften and brighten for you. And there's something powerful about being authentically thankful to the universe. When that gratitude, when you really just feel that in your heart space, you turn it in, it's like it becomes transcendent. You then rise above your circumstances to start thriving. So be grateful for the small graces that pop up in your life, because these are signs that the universe is supporting you. Be grateful for all of your history. Be grateful. Find something to be grateful about it. And be grateful that there's more coming down. There's more to receive. And the more gratitude that you show, the more your life will open up to this reciprocity with the universe, where you are bringing into your experience all that your heart desires. And then you realize that you can thrive any cross current that flows your way. So on this Thanksgiving weekend, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for all of your support, your love, your commitment to expanding your consciousness, for being the beacon of light in the universe. For you are truly, truly magnificent. And may you know that. May you look in the mirror and see the magnificence that shines forth from you. And yes, give thanks for all the past, the present, and the future blessings. There's so much more to come. So much more. Anticipate it. And say, yes, I am open to quantum surprises. Bring it on, universe. Bring it on. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. I have so much thanks for each and every one of you. And so with that, I am going to bring up our graphic for our giving affirmation. I live in a universe of abundance. Oh my gosh, I live in a universe of quantum surprises that bring me so much abundance. As I freely and joyfully give to my spiritual center, I recognize I am the flow of abundance I share with all life. As I give, I receive. And so it is. And so, just so you know, for this month, you can, we're our tithe, so we tithe 10% of what we receive to an association that is doing locally or globally, that's doing great work in the world. And this one is going to pavetheroad.net. And I'll talk a little bit more about them when I go through the announcements. And to donate, you can just go to our website, globaltruthcentertoronto.com. One of the things you can do is to expand your ability to receive quantum surprises. And for a whole lot more enlightenment on your consciousness, join us for class at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. You can drop in for $25. It's a great class, great interaction, and great nuggets of insights. So please join us for that. And then also you can join Revo for a prayer. And so I'm going to bring you up for this, Revo, and let's talk about how people are going to connect with you, because we didn't really sort this out.
Right.
We were talking about Zoom. We were So
so I am in Delaware. I'm in the U.S. and you are more than welcome to call my cell. I don't know if there's additional charges or anything like that, or we can do Zoom. We could do a Zoom. We could do a group prayer, or I can have you in the waiting room and do one at a time. So I don't know, Reverend Helen. Well, since this is my first time.
What is your cell number? Because I'm going to put
Area
it up here.
code is 510 350 6249.
Okay.
And if folks want to do Zoom, I'll put this in the...
You know what they could do, Revo, is text you. Oh, well, there you go. That's actually not going to show. But here's what I suggest, is that they text you, which is not going to cost them anything, and you can send them a Zoom link.
Okay.
How does that work?
That works.
That works. There's always a way. I love it.
There's always a way.
Out.
So please don't hesitate to call or text.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for being available at the end of service there.
You're welcome.
And a couple more things for there we go. We'll hide that. Conscious Cafe. Let me talk a little bit about the Conscious Cafe on Tuesday, October 19th at 7 p.m. And it will be on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. And this is with Kelly Mason, who's the documentary filmmaker for Pave the Road. She is a delightful human being. She has a great story to tell about creating this documentary that actually takes plastic from the landfills in Costa Rica, and it is mixed with the whatever is needed to pave the roads in Costa Rica, because the people and children especially were suffering from so many respiratory diseases because of all the dust. And something we wouldn't think of. So you can go and check out the trailer at pavetheroad.net, and we're going to talk about it. We are also at that time going to announce an amazing opportunity for us to have a private screening. It'll be over 8 days where you can watch the documentary at your own time, plus an hour-long interview with Kelly and Dr. Bruce Lipton. You will receive the link to the interview, and then we will also set a date to have a Q&A with Kelly. So that'll be set up on Zoom. It'll be a Q&A with Kelly and the other director, who is the director of Westworld and CSI. So they can talk about the film and you can ask them questions. So we're going to announce how that works on the 19th of October. And again, it's a great way for us to contribute on a global level back into the world, which I absolutely love. We have more things coming up that I'll announce next week in terms of some fundraisers that including bingo for the homeless people here in Toronto. So stay tuned for that. And I think that's it. That is our announcements for this morning. So, that's it. That's it. We're good. We are good. Thank you, everyone. And I want to say a special thanks to Rev Wira Joie, who's, I was so moved by your prayer, your talk, your wisdom, your consciousness. Thank you. And thank you to Deb, who I'm going to bring back, who's going to close us out with our closing song. And thank you, everyone. Just, enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. So many blessings to give thanks for. And I will see you again next week. Much love to you all. So, Deb, you can take it away there.
I will. This is a song I wrote last summer, last August, in the middle of the pandemic, called Better Together. And I really encourage you all. I'm really interested in your event for Pave the Roads, and I encourage you all to watch Made on Netflix. I watched it this weekend. It was just a compassionate, loving series on being together and letting people help us. So this is what this song is about. Have you seen the news today? Does it matter anyway? Somewhere someone is suffering. What difference does our knowing bring if we don't feel it in our hearts? The difference caring will impart to be the love we wish to see that saves our own humanity. Without one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. Without one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. We want to feel safe in this world. So does every other boy and girl. A place to live and call your own. Should we all not have a home? I'm standing here, you're standing there. We're all the same things everywhere. There's nothing you want that I don't. Let's build a bridge and we can show that with one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. With one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. We're unbreakable, we're unshakable, and together we are unstoppable. We're all made of love by the one above, who creates through us. Forever and ever we are one heart, one mind, one soul, and we're better together. With one heart, one mind, one soul, we're better together, together forever, better together. Better together. Thank Thank you so much, Reverend Helen, Reverend O, and all of you there in Toronto and watching. It was really a quantum surprise to be here with you today.
Well, thank you. And thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful Thanksgiving weekend. Much love and light to you all. And Deb will be back with us in December. So we will see you then, Deb. And thank you so much for your beautiful music. Thanks again, Revo. Bye for
Welcome.
now, everyone.
Bye.
Namaste.
Happy Thanksgiving.